Navigating the Foreign Currency Exchange Experience, IQD, VND, and ZWL. Welcome back to my channel. Iraqi Dinar RV, entering a bank to exchange exotic currencies like the Iraqi Dinar, IQD, Vietnamese Dong, VND, or Zimbabwean Dollar, ZWL, is not your average financial visit. It's an orchestrated, secure, and often confidential process designed to manage high-value or sensitive transactions. Whether you're at major institutions like Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, or a designated currency redemption center, this exchange isn't as simple as walking up to a teller. Instead, the process begins with a pre-scheduled digital appointment. You'll typically be asked to provide government-issued identification, like a driver's license or passport, proof of purchase for your currency, receipts or digital confirmations, and possibly even undergo biometric verification, such as facial recognition or fingerprint scanning. These measures ensure your identity and the legitimacy of the transaction. Once cleared, you're usually guided to a private consultation room or secure office, a controlled setting where the real procedure begins. First impressions matter. Arriving organized, composed, and prepared can smooth the process, while disorganization might delay or complicate your transaction. Professionalism is key here as you embark on what may be the start of your financial transformation. The importance of document verification. Before the bank can proceed with any currency conversion, a thorough document review is essential. Financial institutions in the US and around the world are bound by strict anti-money laundering, AML, and Know Your Customer, KYC protocols. These global standards are enforced to prevent financial crimes, fraud, and terrorism funding. You'll be required to show a valid form of ID receipts or evidence confirming the origin of your foreign currency, possibly even additional paperwork to prove legality of the funds. These records are not just looked at, they are scanned, stored, and cross-checked in compliance systems tied to government databases, watch lists, and the bank's internal risk algorithms. Some banks may even request you sign statements or declarations, affirming the funds came from lawful sources, acknowledging potential IRS tax implications, agreeing to a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, if you're offered a private contract rate. These steps serve as legal protection for both the bank and the customer, ensuring transparency and minimizing future liability. Currency. Authentication. Verifying the notes. Next comes the physical verification of your currency. Each bill you bring, regardless of its country of origin, is subjected to rigorous authenticity checks using sophisticated technology. Banks utilize ultraviolet, UV scanners, magnetic ink detectors, watermark analyzers, serial number tracking systems. Currencies are evaluated for signs of tampering, counterfeiting, or severe damage. High-volume exchanges may involve bundling the notes and passing them through automated validation machines capable of processing hundreds of bills in minutes. If any notes raise suspicion or fail inspection, you'll be informed immediately. Clean, crisp bills generally pass without issue and are securely stored once verified. This stage typically lasts between 10 to 30 minutes depending on volume, and it's critical. It's only after validation that your holdings are recognized as legitimate and ready for exchange. Understanding exchange rate options. Perhaps the most anticipated part of the process is when the bank presents the available exchange rates. These typically fall into three distinct categories. 1. Live market rate. This is the real-time fluctuating rate available on public foreign exchange platforms. You can cross-check this using mobile apps or financial websites. 2. Fixed institutional rate. Often offered by banks based on internal metrics, these rates may be more favorable than the live rate for customers exchanging significant amounts. 3. Private contract rate. Reserved for high-net-worth clients or those with pre-established relationships, these exclusive rates often come with legal requirements, such as signing an NDA and participating in financial planning. If you're offered multiple options, take your time. Ask for a rate sheet and understand all associated terms. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Making an informed decision at this stage can have a significant impact on your financial outcome. Executing the exchange. Once a rate is chosen and agreed upon, the actual conversion begins. You'll authorize the transaction and decide how you'd like to receive your US dollar equivalent. Common methods include direct deposit to a checking or savings account, wire transfer to an outside institution, cashier's check, setting up a new trust or wealth management account. For particularly large exchanges, banks may inquire about your financial goals and risk tolerance. Some may stagger the payout over several days due to internal liquidity requirements. You should always request a detailed transaction receipt, which includes exchange rate used, total amount received, date and time of transaction, a unique transaction ID. These documents are vital for tax reporting, financial audits, or resolving any disputes later. Beyond the exchange, global impact and financial planning. While your exchange may feel personal and private, it is actually part of a broader macroeconomic event. When thousands of holders of IQD, VND, or ZWL convert their holdings into major reserve currencies like the US dollar, it affects forex markets, bank liquidity, national treasury movements, institutions like the IMF and Bank for International Settlements, BIS, track these flows closely. Sudden inflows or outflows of capital can impact interest rates, inflation forecasts, and central bank policies in both developing and developed countries. Currency exchanges of this nature may also prompt banks to adjust their reserve ratios and long-term forecasts, especially in countries like Iraq, Vietnam, or Zimbabwe. This ripple effect is a reminder that your personal transaction plays a role in a much larger economic system. Planning your financial future after exchange. Many people mistakenly believe that the journey ends once the money hits their account. In reality, that's when the real work begins. Managing a sudden increase in wealth responsibly requires strategic financial planning. Dr. Aaron Hollingsworth, a respected FX consultant and former Barclays advisor, stresses that post-exchange planning is crucial. She recommends clients seek professional assistance from licensed financial advisors, preferably within the same institution where the exchange took place. These professionals can help with estate planning, trust formation, risk-adjusted investments, generational wealth strategies. Meanwhile, major banks like Wells Fargo now offer transition planning services for clients undergoing large currency exchanges. These services may include tax sheltering, diversified investment strategies, legal referrals for creating LLCs or family trusts. Vincent Mock, a currency strategist at Senoff FX in Hong Kong, adds that currency movements post-revaluation are algorithmically tracked by central banks and investment firms. Understanding this landscape is critical if you want to build sustainable wealth rather than just enjoy a temporary windfall. Conclusion: it's just the beginning. The act of exchanging foreign currencies like IQD, VND, or ZWL is far more than a monetary transaction. It's the gateway to a new financial chapter. From rigorous verification to private rate negotiations and long-term planning, each step requires care, clarity, and strategy. True success isn't just in converting currency, but in wisely managing what comes after. If done correctly, your journey doesn't end at the bank counter. It begins there, with eyes set on a secure, informed, and prosperous future. Disclaimer: this article is intended for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. The foreign exchange market is inherently risky and prone to misinformation. Consult with qualified professionals before making any investment decision. Iraqi Dinar RV is not liable for any losses or damages resulting from the use or reliance on this content.